Hello everyone and welcome to day 2 of the Indiegogo campaign. I probably won't do sort of videos every day for the campaign like I did last time, but I'll try and do as many as I can. And this video is partially, we're going to do a shout out at the end to the people that have already backed this. But I also wanted to do a quick one about the story of the graphic novel and to kind of give you a bit of context of kind of why we've changed a few things. So the basic story is Vibes McAllister is a DJ who works in Reynard City, the title city, and she's living a day-to-day life. She works at a radio station, does gigs here and there, but she keeps seeing these strange visions. And she goes to this therapist that this guy Mark at her studio recommends seeing, and he tries to be sort of patient with her and mentions this thing about not touching Caramel and this thing she has about not being called by her proper name, which is, as fans know, Veronica. And what then transpires is that the visions in her head are about her other life, where she is Animal Kingdom Girl, or AK Girl for short, and that she's actually in effect one of these three people that has to stop the evil robot Megafox and various other nefarious people in the city and beyond. So that's pretty much that. It's a 40-page graphic novel, in effect kind of setting the scene for the full series. And what we intend to do is to have copies available for people to buy. So if we can get the money from this Indiegogo, we will have 100 print copies, some of which we will try and get out to various shops on sale, but also to keep a few back for conventions, and also for, like I said, a couple that we want to give to charity as well. So, for example, helping out the Big C, maybe a couple of others, depending on what we do. So that's a quick kind of overview there. And in effect, what we're doing now is, like I said, to try and get the word out. We've put up previews on... my brain's gone. So there's previews on the Indiegogo page. You can see a 6-page preview of the comic, which was done by Nicholas and Sid. So thank you very much for doing that, guys. And in effect, in terms of where we are with the project, we're about 12 pages off finishing the full 40 pages. And I've got to say, the guys have done an absolutely phenomenal job. I think one of the main reasons that we did this was the feedback we were given was that people wanted the art to be more consistent, and they wanted the... Oh, you haven't caught me yet, guys. They want the art to be more consistent, and they want the story to be more consistent. And so what we did, we kind of sat down... Okay, it's metaphorical because those guys are in America and I'm here in Norwich. And we... Norwich, UK, by the way. I know that there's a number of Norwiches in America. So I think you could tell by my accent I am not from whatever Norwiches are in the US, I think. Really? I've been temporarily displaced. Yeah, because that's exactly how Americans sound. So, losing track, stay focused. Consistency. Sorry. So basically that's what we did. We kind of sat down and said, right, does this work? Is this consistent? And so we were happy with that. And then, like I said, the guys have been working on this artwork. And I've got to say, if you look at the preview pictures, I think the style that they put into it, the colour, the kind of halfway between Western and anime look that the guys are doing, because they previously worked together on issue 11, which I think is terrific as well. Because I think this is the thing. I think some issues work better than others. And I have to say, look, because I did a few commentaries for the Patreon. And I have to say this, and I want to say this because it wasn't the artist's fault. I made some bad decisions, and I think it didn't sell some of the artwork that was on there. And I think if I had the time again, like I say, we would probably have a more consistent idea of what we wanted and kind of do things in a slightly different way. But of course, you know, I think it was Oscar Wilde, I'm sure someone else said this first, you know, the idea is, you know, experience is what people call their mistakes, and hands up, you know, those were my mistakes. You know, it was not to do with the artists, it was not to do with any outside people who worked hard, and I don't want those guys to get slagged off because it's not their fault, totally on me. I need to make better decisions, and that is why we kind of came up with doing this reboot and try and do things in a better way, because I think the guys who've worked so hard on this deserve it, and which is why, like I say, I'm very chuffed that people have already put the money down for the support. So Rev 701 really generously has gone for one of the 2 complete packages, which includes chocolate, coffee, sign print, commission, a personalised voice message by Hayley Eminent, who does the voice for AK Girl, doing a personalised message for you. So you get all of those things in one package, and there's only one of those left, which is, like, as I say, it's the top £100 one, little bit extra for shipping, just because we're going to have to like post out those items separately, so it is quite expensive to do. That's the only reason, like I say, with worldwide shipping. I know, sorry, very boring, but has to be said. But don't worry, there are lots of different perks, so you could just put in £1 and get a shout out through this, or you could be like Marie Cooper, who did one of our audio books, and she's very generously put £5 in, and that gets you what we call the lucky dip, where as well as getting an e-copy of the comic, you will also get one of 3 different things. So you will either get AK Girl Adventures, which is a little collection of my personal favourite AK Girl issues, plus a few little bonus extras we wrote. So there's a Let It Go spoof in there called Watch Me Go, an extra short story with illustrations by L.A. Reynard de La Fortune. Incidentally, lovely guy, helped us out a lot, and an awesome name. And also the Perfect Platinum collection, which is a complete story arc about Wonder Vixen and this character and their relationship and how she deals with power, and there's a whole lot going on with it, but I really enjoy it. And we've also got some interviews with people that were either involved with the comic or really love the character. So for example, Jess Austen, like, who's working on a PhD at the minute, you know, really insightful comments, and Susie, as I say, who worked on a couple of crucial issues there, you know, really showcases like the effort they put in, plus there's some, like I say, some fan art and some other extras in there as well. So that's a broad kind of overview. We've got the link down below. We're already, like I say, thanks to 2 backers, we are already nearly a quarter of the way there, and day 2 isn't even over yet. I mean, that is amazing. That is really cool. And just to emphasise, guys, whether you put in £1 or £100, we really appreciate it. And if you look on the Indiegogo, there are ways you can kind of share and spread the word as well. But like I say, any money you can put towards this, like, don't worry like what you can or can't do. If you can help us out, we're thankful. You know, this is something that a lot of guys have worked hard on, and just a little acknowledgement that these guys have just put the work in, you know, it's very much appreciated. And what you've got to bear in mind is the regular comics, if you like, the old series, will probably like change the name of the section, like call it like archive or something. Those won't go away. Those will still be free to download. They'll still be there for you to look at. I promise you here and now, that's not going to change. You know, whilst I'm sort of in charge and doing this, that's not going to change. You'll still be free to have a look at them. And like I say, we'll still be doing Patreon related stuff as well, so there'll still be exclusive extras for them. Also, if you back the Patreon and you back Indiegogo, we will include some little extras for you as well to say thank you. Anyway, I think that kind of covers everything. As I said, we're probably going to have this as part of a blog as well. But yeah, just the amount of people that are involved with this and have put time in and everything, thank you so much, guys. I mean, like I said, it'll take a while to list everyone, but Susie, Dan, Ray, Nicholas, Sid, Seymour Tricks, Cassandra, Gizzy, Jeebus. I'm sorry, there are so many names. Like, as I say, we always do like the kind of the Facebook Follow Friday thing. I mean, oh yeah, kind of sponsors like Visualize, Dalmain Photography, Norwich Kitty. I mean, those guys got me through a really tough time, and as I said, I'll have to have a longer story about that at a later point. But yeah, those guys were great, and like I say, Patreon backers will, we always kind of put updates on that all the time, because all of you, like I say, including Rev, so much appreciated. Like, because again, that's like a regular commitment, and you can't make light of that. So thank you so much, guys. If you've got any questions, by all means comment below, or like I say, we'll have the link to the Indiegogo so you can message us through that, or we've got Twitter, we've got Facebook, please come and say hi and we'll be happy to have a chat. In the meantime, I hope it's, a lovely day wherever you are. Much love.